Hello, I come with good news and bad news. The bad news is that I'm going to tell you everything you're doing wrong as a girl as far as getting into relationships is concerned. If there's one thing I could go back and tell my younger self is that it is so important to get really picky about who you entertain for a relationship. What we get wrong is that we either choose wrong from that line of guys that want our attention, or we keep beating a dead horse of a guy that has no interest in us. And it isn't always clear that we're choosing wrong. It isn't always clear that we're beating a dead horse and this guy wants nothing to do with us. That choice isn't always clear when we've never seen healthy relationship dynamics, when we have trauma, when we have a horrible relationship with our own selves, when we've never learned what a healthy person wants because we're not a healthy person ourselves. Girls usually think that the guy in front of them right now is their dream come true. Even if he's toxic, if he's has no job, no resources, no plans, nothing going for him, no lovable characteristics sometimes even, but yet we think that they're this dream come true. Why do we do this? Why do we do this? We do this to ourselves. The thing is that you made him special. You in your little mind, your beautiful, beautiful mind, made that man special. Because here's the thing, usually it's like, oh my God, but this one thing is so incredible. Like I can put up with all these other things, that aren't good for me or aren't what I wanted or are painful. The thing that we don't realize is that there's a guy out there who doesn't only have that one thing that you like that is special, but has all the other things checked off right. Our choosing. What are we choosing? Why are we choosing it? And that's the thing girls do wrong the most. They decide who someone is when they're not in front of them. Do you know how easy it is for me to meet some person, lovely human being, and then go home in my bed and start letting my imagination run wild, thinking about all the things they could be, are, haven't shown me yet, but I want them to be, and all of a sudden I'm just confused. All of a sudden I think that this person is all these things that I thought in my head without them being present. And it's not even them. It's ourselves. It's our projection of who we hope that they are, who we hope that they could be. The amount of times I fell in love with a story and not a person, and nobody could convince me otherwise. Nobody could tell me that I was in love with the story and not the damn person. I was like, no. But I was. And this I will tell you, don't ever create stories about them when they're not around. Avoid it at all costs. Like, get to know them when they're in front of you, and that's it. If they're not in front of you, literally go think about anything else. The other thing we do wrong is that we don't learn to move on. If a guy wants you, you will know that he wants you. A guy loses interest for whatever reason, and the reason is none of your concern, and it should not even preoccupy your mind. Just know that if he pulled back, you need to move on. You need to go drop some more hints to some other guys. Because if he wants you, you would know. And if he wants you, you would know. And you cannot coerce, convince, or manipulate someone to want you. Do you even want that? Do you even want a relationship that you had to manipulate to get? No, you don't. In summary, so you have your choosing power. And you have your capability to know what's good for you. That comes from healing. And what I see people do is think that they need to heal in order to, as a means to an end. I need to heal because I want this man. I need to heal because I want this relationship. Healing is a big commitment, and you're gonna flake out halfway through if you're doing it for the wrong reasons. It takes you diving into the deepest, darkest parts of yourself, into the past traumas that you don't want to look at, that you don't want to think about. Because you could know what a healed version of you wants, in theory, and still be emotionally attracted to what's not that. Because it doesn't work like that. Because when you block and repress the past pain that you've been through in childhood and in past relationships, you're going to magnetically be attracting more scenarios that recreate that feeling again. The goal is not to get the guy. The goal is to be the best version of you.